Hello, my beautiful friends and fellow seekers. Welcome to Spiritual Snacks for Soulful Seekers. How's everybody today? Who's all here? Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Is the sound working? Let's make sure the sound is working, right? Yes, perfect. Hello, hello. Anna, good to see you, my dear. Nice to see you. Hello, Laura, nice to see you too. You can see and hear me perfectly. I love it. Jack, hello. Dearest Jack, good to see you. She says, hi, Greg and everyone. Great to be back together again. I know. Can you believe that it has been almost a month? I really needed a lot of time. Johnny, good to see you, buddy. So nice to have you here. Yes, it has been exactly 25 days since we've last gotten together. And welcome to the new series, Spiritual Snacks for Soulful Seekers. That's you guys. You guys are the Soulful Seekers, and together we're going to have some spiritual snacks. So this is really, really good. And it's so good to see you. I got to see you, what was that, at somebody else's live last week, I think. Yay! It's so nice to have everybody here. Welcome, welcome if you're brand new. If you've never met me before, hi, my name is Greg Phillips. Please feel free to say hello in the chat, in the comments. We love to greet people who are first timers with us. We lovingly call them firsties. So if you're a firstie, feel free to say hi and chat. Tell us where you're from. How's everybody today? Johnny, how you doing? Jack, Anna, Laura, who else is here? I have some really, really big treats for you today. Laura's a firstie. Welcome. So good to have you here. Everybody give Laura a nice warm welcome from Boston. All right, Beantown. I have lived in the Northeast I'm not there now, but I used to live in the Northeast for quite a while. So Beantown was somewhere that I would visit on occasion. My brother and sister lived in Worcester. Hey, Chris, good to see you. Welcome. Hey, Melia. Yay. Hello to you. Welcome, welcome. We're just going to give a little time like usual to let everybody get in. Hannah, hello, dear friend. Hi, good to see you. It's a cold, early morning there. Yes, indeed. Jack is good, although we've got a mini heat wave. What? How do you have a heat wave in England? What's up with that? Jojo, good morning. Joanne's here. Hello. How are you, Jojo? Oh, look at all the beautiful souls that are here. I love it. It's nice to see you guys again. It's good to be together. You're not bad? It's good. Johnny's all good. And yes, it's warm here in the UK. Well, I'm not sure how to translate Fahrenheit into Celsius, but I'm 91 degrees here today. 91 in Fahrenheit is pretty darn warm, pretty darn hot. Welcome, Laura. Yes, Laura's a firstie. Is anyone else a first timer? Brand new to me? Welcome to Spiritual Snacks for Soulful Seekers. This is the beginning of a brand new series that I'm starting. It's a new twist on readings. Work at snacks. Yeah, what kind of snacks do you guys have? I just had a quick lunch and a fizzy drink. So 32 Celsius, Joanne says. Thank you. That sounds really hot. So for Laura and anyone else who's a firstie, my name is Greg Phillips. I'm a way shower and a channel for the Council of Seven, which is the group of guides that I work with. And I'm also a champion for your aha moments. Anytime you have a breakthrough, I want to be there. I want to witness it. I want to help spark it. We love to celebrate it here. And I really just like holding space for people to have what I call aha moments, breakthroughs, shifts in perspectives, sudden realizations, whatever you want to call it. That's what gets me excited in my own life and spiritual journey. And that's what gets me excited about helping and working and being of service to other people. So Wait, that's my intro. Today, what are we going to do? A whole new twist on readings. I told some of you about this already. I'm super, super stoked. So instead of actually having people submit personal questions, we're not going to do this quite at the moment. We'll do this shortly, but you guys are going to submit topics, themes, concepts, and it could be about something that you're working with personally right now. It could be just something that your noggin is curious about. It could be something that somebody that you heard in another live stream. It could be anything, any theme, any topic, anything any concept that you can think of. I mean, it could be about aliens. It could be about, peace on earth. It could be about physical pain. It could be about heartache. Anything. So we're going to be putting, you guys are going, it could be letting go. You guys will be offering the topics. And then because it's topic based, and of course, like I said, the topic can be based on something that you're personally going through, that you have a personal question around, but you're not going to ask a question. You're just going to offer the topic. And then I'm going to channel the Council of Seven, and they're going to talk about that topic. And I have a very, very special treat for you guys today. For the first time ever, the Wheel of Names is joining us live on the stream. Check it out. I figured out how to bring the wheel to you guys visually. So for anyone who's never been in a live with me when I do readings, I use this wheel and I add, typically we add your names, and then I spin it and we let the universe decide who gets called on. Instead of your names, for the Spiritual Snack series, we're going to be adding the topics. And what's cool about that is any topic that doesn't get answered today will carry over into the next Spiritual Snack session. So we can just keep the ball rolling and keep just getting messages and insights. So it's gonna be very, 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 very fun. And let's just test the sound here. I want to make sure you guys can hear this. Can you hear that? It gets a little staticky sometimes. Hey, Jacqueline. Good to see you, dear. Yes, you guys can hear it. Awesome. Now you can hear and see the Wheel of Names. I am so excited about this feature. I hope you are too. I think it is super freaking cool. And just absolutely the funnest. Hey, Jacqueline. Yeah. I've been back in Insight Timer for a couple months, although for June I took the month off. Yay, all right. I'm glad you guys can hear the Wheel of Names. You can hear the music as well. Everything's working, I think, today. I'm so excited. Good. Anybody else of brand new first timer, first time here? Please feel free to say hi in chat. We love to greet you. We love to greet our firsties. You're really just friends that we've never met before. Joanne can't hear the music. Okay, 1 second. This is a beautiful track from my absolute favorite composer on Insight Timer named Peter Helen from Norway. Cool, Jacqueline. All right, music. Let's see. Where did I put the music? Can you hear it now? I don't have a lot of volume control from this particular. It's a very soft song as well. Yes, you can hear it now. Okay, good. Awesome. Hey, Kate, welcome to you. Are you a firstie? First time with us here? All right, my friends. Do you have your topics ready? Yes, Kate's a firstie. Welcome, Kate. Welcome to our community. It's nice to meet you. I hope you enjoy this. we're going to be doing readings with a twist. So instead of asking personal questions, you guys are going to be offering topics. I'm going to put them into the wheel here, which we call the Wheel of Good Guidance. And then I'm going to channel the Council of Seven, and they're going to speak about the topic that gets called on. Doesn't it, Milia? I do love that. Welcome, Kate. All right, let's start with the topics. Let me get myself in position here. All right. What topics would you guys like to enter into the wheel? Hey, Ariella. Such a pretty name. All right. Type your topics into the chat. Releasing control. Ooh, Chris starts us off with a really profound one. Releasing control. What else? Self-love, self-acceptance. These are amazing already. My text is very small here on the interface I'm using. How do you communicate with the council? Do you hear them? Is that the topic? Feeling stuck with change is inevitable. Hannah, that is a really powerful one. Wow, okay. We got good topics. I love it. Text is really small. Inner peace. Oh, that was just a question, Laura. Okay. Well, we'll use it as a topic, maybe. Not caving into fear. So I'm just going to say dealing with fear. How's that sound? Well, no. Well, actually, I'll do specifically what you wrote. Not caving into fear. Not caving into fear. These are beautiful, guys. I love it. All right, what else we got? Oh, understanding fear. You guys said the same, almost the same thing. That's amazing. Laura, I will answer that question after we get our topics all entered. What else, guys? Other topics for today? We've got releasing control, self-love, self-acceptance, feeling stuck when change is inevitable, inner peace, not caving into fear, understanding fear. Those are almost the same, but different. Keeping a higher vibration. That is a really good one, Cindy. Thank you. They're all good, honestly. Keeping a higher vibration. Health issues on the spiritual path. Beautiful. Beautiful. Karma. Ooh. Good one, Johnny. Oh, wow. Oh, this is... I'm excited. This is going to be a meaty session, my friends. I hope you have your seatbelts on, your snacks, your refreshments, whatever you're gonna need for the duration of this. And it is my goal to spend no more than an hour and a half. My dear friend and fellow teacher, Blossom Violet, has a live stream at 3 p.m. Mountain, which is in about an hour and a half. And I would really like to attend that. And I'm sure others of you would also like to attend that. So she's a sweetheart, a beautiful pianist, musician. She channels, she plays the piano and channels the music through her. Her name is Blossom Violet. Beautiful soul, just wonderful. All right, any other topics for the wheel right now before I spin? And I'm actually going to spin after I answer Laura's question. So for those of you who are first season and have never met the council, no problem, Ariella. She's wonderful. So we're going to be here for about an hour and a half, and then we'll go over and join her. So Laura's question is really, really good. How do I communicate with the council? Do you hear them? So for me, when I'm channeling, particularly channeling them, what I first do is I open up my heart space really, really big. By basically, I have this little invocation I do, and they actually told me this morning that I won't need to do the invocation soon, which is interesting because I'm very fond of the invocation. But I basically am calling them in to my heart, and I'm opening my heart with a lot of thankfulness and a lot of love, and I just hold a huge space of love in my heart. And then I feel the thoughts and the blocks of energy, basically blocks of thought, blocks of energy coming in through my crown and through my third eye. And so I'm not actually hearing a voice. It's more like I'm a how do I describe it? I can quote unquote hear them. I know when they're talking to me, and I know when they're here. I can feel a difference vibrationally. I feel like I go into a different state, the channeling state. But it's not that I actually hear words. It's actually that I get this huge block of thought or block of energy, and then I'm like a receiver for that, and a translation device sort of, and then I translate that into words, or I try to express it into words, and I'll stumble over that sometimes because I'm not 100% trance channel. I don't completely go away. I am still very much present. In fact, I expect a time in the not so distant future in which I will be going in and out of the channeling state between me and them, which is really, really interesting. So they are a collection of beings from other worlds, other timelines, other parallel realities, other dimensions, other energies, and they don't identify individually. They're a multitude of beings, really, but they specifically have come to us, and they represent 7 distinct vibrations or frequencies that are essential for the spiritual evolution of humanity, and the first of which is love, and the second of which is unity. And so they may, you never know, they may or may not talk about either one of those. If you're interested in what they have to say about about love, I have a great track called Journey Through Love, and it introduces the concept that they gave me about love. Love is a feeling, love is a field, or love is a feeling, love is a force, and love is a field. So quite fascinating stuff. All right, are we ready to spin? Let's do this. I'm so excited. Let's see what we get. Understanding fear. Nice. Very, very cool. All right, let's see what we've got. Understanding fear. Let me blow my nose first. A little sniffly. Cold here. The air conditioning is strong. Yes, that was yours, Joanne. Awesome. Dear guides and counsels, please. Hello and greetings, dear ones. We greet you from the energetic realms. We are very excited to be here today, and from our place of love and perspective, where we are always celebrating each and every aspect of you, this new series that Greg and we and you have all started together is quite exciting for us, because these are topics that are near and dear to your very hearts, near and dear to your very soulful essences. And this is why this session has been called as Spiritual Snacks for Soulful Seekers, because indeed you are all seekers and you are all soulful, and every little morsel, a bit of information, of insight, every little aha that you can have around these various topics and themes will be instrumental in your growth and in your path and journey here on planet Earth. Understanding fear. This is a powerful and fantastic beginning topic. We thank you very much for this topic today, and we will get right into it. The first thing to understand is that fear is 100% entirely fabricated by your own thinking. It is not actually a reality in your life. It is being created by you. Now, why would an individual or a being such as yourselves create such a thing? Well, it is quite simple. Fear acts as an indicator. Is it a valid emotion? Absolutely. 100% valid emotion. All emotions, quite honestly, in order to truly understand fear, one must understand how emotions are functioning in your life, spiritually speaking, energetically speaking. Every single emotion is the result of a thought. When you are feeling good, when you are feeling happy, when you're feeling joy, when you're feeling love, when you are feeling sad, when you're feeling discouraged, when you're feeling depressed, when you're feeling angry, these are all simply immediate guidance, immediate indication of what you are focusing on thought-wise. Now, for those of you who struggle with feeling and or identifying and even expressing your emotions, please do not become concerned. The most important thing is understanding and identifying whether you are feeling comfortable or uncomfortable in the moment. You may not have the life experience or the training or the practice yet for actually getting into the granularity of the different feelings. Now, those of you of certain astrological signs or human design energy types or authorities, etc., various different perspectives, you may have had plenty of life experience with emotions. Some of you may have not. Some of you may have been taught by family, friends, and culture to not feel. And this, dear ones, is okay. Do not beat yourself up for any challenges or difficulties regarding any specific feeling. They are simply indicators of where you are focused. Now, let us speak a little bit more fully about some of these lower vibration feelings and emotions, such as fear, sadness, anger, depression, discouragement, etc. Dear ones, very important that you listen to what we are about to say about this. Feeling bad does not mean anything is wrong with you. Feeling scared, feeling worried, feeling anxious, feeling angry, feeling depressed, nothing has gone wrong. What is going on is your emotional guidance system. You may have heard this term from dear Abraham Hicks. Your emotional guidance system is giving you an indicator, much like the GPS in your phones or cars, that you are steering your thoughts in a direction away from where we and your higher self, by the way, your higher selves and us hang out all the time. You are steering your thoughts in a direction away from or in contrast to where your higher self is always, 100% of the time, permanently, every single minute of your life and your entire existence focused on. Your higher self can never lower its vibration to meet you at these lower vibration points. For if it did, you would lose your compass. You would lose your vibrational lighthouse, so to speak. So your higher self, your very purest essence of your soul, the part of you that is pure, non-physical energy, is always and 100% forever focused on the highest and best for you vibrationally, and that at this current time is love. And indeed, unity is an aspect of it, but in terms of what humans are capable of reaching vibrationally, love is the highest possible vibration that you are currently capable of accessing. So, what does fear mean? Stop for a moment, dear ones, and think about something you are afraid of. We will, as we know that this is usually acceptable, we will use JoJo as an example. She has had a various number of physical challenges, and each one is incredibly scary for her. We acknowledge this, we respect this, we honor this, but they do not mean that anything is wrong. It means that she is thinking in a way that is not in alignment with how her higher self views the situation. Now, what do we mean by this? Let's say, for example, we'll work on a smaller scale. Let's say, for example, that you are moving through your abode, you are moving through your house or apartment, and you suddenly stub your toe, and you do so in such a horrible way that it throbs painfully for several minutes. And you sit there and you are perhaps holding or massaging your toe, or maybe it hurts so badly that you decide to run it under cold water or provide some sort of homeopathic remedy. It matters not how you treat this in that moment. You may provide and offer that toe, that hurt toe, a variety of different physical remedies. But imagine for a moment that you've stubbed your toe. It is throbbing painfully, it hurts, perhaps you broke the nail, perhaps it will bruise, you don't know. But you stop for a moment and you think, I'm a horrible person for stubbing my toe. Something must be direly wrong with me that I stubbed my toe so severely. I hate when I stub my toe, etc., etc. You begin to feel badly. It is not because of the situation. It is not because of the experience, but your way you are feeling is because of your response to the experience. For anyone who has ever listened to our dear friend Bashar, he has often said that life itself, experiences in life themselves, have no inherent meaning. They hold no significance. They are indeed truly neutral. Somebody passes you on the sidewalk and splashes you with their car. That situation is neutral. You stub your toe. That life experience is neutral. Someone speaks to you in your household in a way that you do not like. That situation is neutral. It holds no meaning and no significance except in whatever meaning and significance you assign to it. And this, dear ones, is how it's vital to understand, and to, if you don't understand, to at least investigate and explore this very concept, because this is what comes down to something that we have talked about quite constantly in the last many months, and that is your true and one greatest power, and that is the power of choice. And we do not mean the power of choice of what you're going to eat, or who you're going to vote for, or where you're going to go this evening, or what entertainment you will pursue. No, we are meaning the power of choice of what you choose to think about. You may not realize this, but you have chosen your beliefs. All of them, even the ones that are not serving you. You have chosen to believe the stories that you have created. You have chosen to believe the lies that others might have told you that are not truths about you. You have chosen to believe the good things about you. It is all because you have chosen it. Now, whether you have chosen it intentionally and consciously, or unintentionally and unconsciously, therein, my dear ones, lies the difference. And so in order to understand fear, it is important to recognize that in the moment of the fear, it is your soul, your heart, your essence telling you, hey, well, whatever language they speak to you in, but let's just have some fun with it for now. Hey, you're not thinking in alignment with your higher self. Your higher self sees this situation completely differently, but you're in a fearful panic right now, which is simply indicating, yes, you're scared, acknowledge it, it's fine. We accept it, we acknowledge it, we accept and allow all experiences to be exactly as they are, starting with ourselves. And yet, it is truly indicating that you are thinking something that is throwing you off of alignment. So that is the most basic understanding of anything such as fear, anger, depression, sadness. Now, dear ones, it is very important that when you are in your moments of fear, you do not continue to add to it by piling on more thoughts that make you feel worse. You can simply stop and acknowledge and go, hello, fear, I see you. What message do you have for me today? Oh, you're letting me know that I am thinking something drastically different than my higher self, thinking something drastically different than the divine, than my soul, than God, whatever you wish to call it, whatever is comfortable and accessible for you. We love higher self because indeed, your higher self does actually exist. It is part of you and it's always connected with you. And so this is just a simple communication. And we will close this particular portion on this particular topic by giving you the example of driving in your car and using your GPS to get from one location to another. Let us say that you are driving through a particular busy neighborhood and you know that there are 5 times the number of lights here than there are if you were to simply turn left. And even know that the traffic is at a decent pace at this hour. You've decided personally that you'd like to take the route that is a little bit less direct and has less lights, and perhaps it has more beautiful flowering trees or houses or yards that you like to gander at as you drive by. Well, when you take that left, even though your GPS system is telling you to go straight, what does your GPS do? It simply recalculates your route. Does it sit there and berate you? You crazy driver, what the heck are you doing? Oh my God, you're such a schmuck and an idiot. Why did you turn left when I told you to go straight? No, dear ones, it doesn't. Imagine if it did and how bad you feel. It simply recalculates. And while some of you may be hearing this and be thinking, that's awfully cold and analytical, it is truly just, it's not so much that it is cold or analytical, it is simply giving an example of the possibility of what you can do when you are feeling fearful. Stop for a moment, recognize the fear. I turned left instead of straight. Your higher self will never berate you. It will never belittle you. It will never judge you. It will never accuse you of doing something wrong or bad. It will simply give you the feeling, the emotion as an indicator that you have turned in a different direction than it is facing. And all you need to do is simply recalculate, what direction are my thoughts going right now? Am I getting swallowed into an abyss? Am I falling through into a vortex where I'm suddenly fearful of everything and everyone? Oftentimes, dear ones, the thing that we are most afraid of in human experience simply dissolves when we take one simple action in support of our own self. We hope that this answer has been more than satisfactory for you. Wonderful question. We look forward to the others. We will allow Greg to come out again so that we can spin the wheel and answer another topic. We love you dearly, and we will talk to you again shortly. Whoa. Carrie, hi Carrie, you made it. Welcome. Hello, Alicia. Good morning. Awesome to have you here. Hi, Carrie. Good to see you, my dear. Wow. All right. How was that, guys? Holy smokes. That one was potent and long. I love it. Anna says, experience is not what happens to a human. It is what a human does with what happens to them. Aldous Huxley. Absolutely. Beautiful. Carrie says, oh, you stupid schmuck. I turned the way I told you. Hi, Muriel. Yes, doing channeled readings. Jojo says it was brilliant. I'm glad to hear it. All right, let's spin again. After this next reading, we'll add more topics to the wheel. Oh, I'm glad, Johnny. He says that was great. Really helpful. Beautiful question. Let's see what's next. It is always a blessing. Karma. Ho, ho, ho. Wow. Sorry, the wheel was a little staticky there. Boy, are you guys ready for karma? This is fun, isn't it, Mariel? I really love this. I really love this. All right. Karma. I already have a personal opinion about karma, and I'm pretty sure the council shares it, but I'm really looking forward to hear what they have to say about it as well. So, you guys. Hello, Hello, dear ones. We are back again, and this time, karma. Interesting. Yes, we believe that this question is coming from a very specific place. We will not necessarily call out where that specific place is, but whoever offered this topic, we invite you to listen into your heart while you are also listening in to us. Karma can very easily be misunderstood. There have been a variety of teachings around karma, and it is quite simply known as cause and effect. The reason we are keeping this simple is because there has been many thoughts and theories which do not necessarily end up serving you regarding the function and the role of karma in a particular life. For example, one of the particular thinkings and theories regarding karma is that when you've done something bad in one life, it then gets transferred and translated into the next lifetime as karma, and you are paying for it. Dear ones, can you feel how painful, how judgmental, how diminishing this particular perspective is? How, based on what we just told you about how your higher self functions, how it will never judge you, it will never belate or belittle you, how can this particular theory or perspective on karma actually be true? Think about that for a moment. Or indeed, the essence of that particular perspective and theory is that when you do something wrong, bad, harmful, whatever, then you have to pay for it. This just does not make sense to us, dear ones. We much rather prefer talking about it in terms of cause and effect. And there really is nothing negative about karma. Indeed, there really is no need to think about karma, because when you are in your isness, when you are living in the now, when you are being present, when you're acknowledging the right of every experience that is currently happening in your life to exist, when you understand that there is no past or future, that there is only the now, that everything occurs in the now, indeed all of your past and future lives, quote unquote, are occurring in this exact very moment, then you can begin to see that many of the different thinkings and perspectives about karma that are based on timeline, that are based in duality, cannot actually be functional for you. So, cause and effect, though, is very much alive in the moment. And this is not a moral question, dear ones. This is not a question about behavior or actions. The cause and effect that we are referring to is the cause of the choices of what you think of and what their effect is. You think something about somebody that you are beloved with. Perhaps it is a thought that makes you feel bad. Perhaps they've done something that doesn't please you. And you think they're an idiot, they're lazy, they're not paying attention to me, etc., etc. Well, that is the cause, and what is the effect? The effect is that you feel lousy about yourself and or the other person, or a possible effect or repercussive effect of that is that the next interaction you have with them is tainted by the colored glasses of the thoughts that you just had about their laziness, about their judgmentality, about their ignoring of you or not accepting of you. Can you see, dear ones, this, we don't even wish to call it karma. We again circle back to this is an example of your number one most important power, and that is the power of choice of what you think about. There is always cause and effect of what you focus on. If you focus on your fear on a consistent basis, dear ones, then your body and your life experience will begin to reflect responses, cause and effects related to your fearful thinking. It is quite simple, in fact. And how do you change this? You become the master of your own thoughts. Become the student of your own mind. You don't need to bring heavy analysis or interrogation or even deep introspection necessarily. It is simply a quiet, simple awareness. What am I thinking in this moment that is causing me to feel this way? What is it that I am believing in this moment that is causing me to feel this way? So indeed, karma from a cause and effect standpoint can simply we could just boil it down to cause and effect. What is the cause of this feeling? What is the cause of this experience? And what is the effect? And again, as Bashar has said, and we have told you earlier, life experiences themselves hold neutrality. They have no significance or meaning unless you assign it. So karma itself has no significance or meaning to you unless you would assign a specific significance and meaning to it. So indeed, you can continue to think in terms of karma if you wish, but we encourage you to look more closely at the actual energetic dynamic behind the concept of it. And this, dear ones, is what matters the most. So whenever you hear from songs or poems or other individuals, karma is going to get ya, dear ones, do not play into that fearful, negative thinking about it. In fact, perhaps turn it into a joke if you wish, but investigate your beliefs. If you indeed are one that believes in karma from past lives, we do not wish you to change that belief unless you want to, but we do invite and encourage you to take a look at what is the belief behind that. Why would you believe such a thing, and why would you allow yourself to punish yourself in such a way? To focus on things that were bad that you had done before, even in this own lifetime, quote unquote. These are all just experiences, dear ones. They're all just experiences that add to the person of who you are. There is absolutely nothing wrong with any specific experience you have, whether it is wanted or unwanted, whether it is comfortable or uncomfortable. From our perspective in the energetic realms and our perspective of the energetic dynamics, every single experience creates your expansion. And you did not come to planet Earth to not expand. You came to planet Earth in this lifetime in order to expand. So play with your karma if you wish to, play with your cause and effect, play with your power of choice, whatever works for you in the way you wish to think of it, dear ones. Find what works for you, what perspective works for you, and understand as well that as you grow spiritually, thoughts and beliefs and perspectives will shift and change. But what was spirituality once is spirituality no more. And that is why you will often, or not often, but on occasion find that a certain practice is no longer working for you. It may upset you to find that a certain way of meditating, or a certain teacher that you've been following, or a certain live stream that you used to attend, or a certain poem or book that you used to read, or a certain even form of entertainment, or a certain type of food. Everything changes, dear ones, because you are constantly growing and expanding, as are your preferences and your beliefs and what works for you in any given moment. So fluidity, flexibility, open-heartedness, awareness, allowance, these are all powerful tools that you could use at any given moment in time. And we will leave you with that for now and seek additional topics and themes from you. I'm realizing this is helping me practice going more smoothly in and out of channeling state. That's really wild. Gary, hey, good to see you. Jamila said, that was the thought I have. Why must we punish ourselves so? Beautiful. Hello, Tanya. Good evening. Anybody brand new coming into the stream want to say hello? We love to welcome what we call firsties, first timers. Spiritual snacks for soulful seekers. Yes, seekers. This is Tanya's new. Yay. Everybody say hi to Tanya. Welcome, Tanya. Where are you from? Hello, Deborah. Nice to see you. Welcome. For those who've never met me, my name is Greg Phillips. I'm a way shower. I'm a channel for the Council of Seven, which is the group of guides that I work with. And I'm a champion for your aha breakthrough moments. My absolute deepest passion in my own spiritual journey and in supporting your guys is to spark and witness and celebrate and hold space for your breakthroughs and your ahas. It's so nice to have you all here. If you have not yet followed me, please consider doing so. I invite you to do so. Maybe we can reach 1,000 followers today and break through to that new point within our community. That would be amazing. Hey, Mark, good to see you from Canada. You are welcome. Wonderful to have you here. Richmond, Virginia, Jamila. Oh, very cool. I've never been there, but I've heard good things. Hello, welcome. Also, if you're gaining value from these, if you are finding insights, if you are feeling a shift, if you feel so inspired, I would love for you to donate. It's just one way to show support. The greatest way to show support for all the teachers is just spread word. If you really enjoy this, if you have a friend or know a family member and you think, wow, they could really benefit from a live session like this, please invite them to the next one. Just spread the word, share the message, because that's why the council's here. The council's just here to help us and support us and love us and celebrate us. And, you can do that by making a donation, by following, by spreading the word. Whatever works for you is all good. Thank you for all of it. I so appreciate all the support. Johnny said, thank you. That was my topic. And it made me realize, chat keeps scrolling. It made me realize I had a very heavy view of karma that was unhelpful. Awesome. Johnny, I'm so glad. It sounds like you're shifting that. Just one more follower needed, Carrie. I know, right? It's exciting. Lots of different J's. I love this. Let's see, what are we at now? One more follower and we'll break 1,000. Very, very cool. All right. Would anybody like to add a topic to the wheel? We are not doing personal readings. We're actually just putting topics, themes, concepts on the wheel, anything you're curious about. It could come from a personal experience, something you're struggling or working through in your own journey right now. It could just be something you're curious about life or curious about the universe. It doesn't really, it doesn't have to be any particular way. It's just a topic or a theme or a concept. Yeah. Jamila says, can I ask how we speak to connect with our higher selves? Absolutely. Let's put that on as a topic. Soul lessons. Ooh, Alicia, I like that one. Soul lessons. I like all these, actually. Wonder who is the last follower. I don't know. Why bad things happen to us. Carrie's got a really good one there, too. Planet Mars is purpose. Deborah is asking. Okay, we'll put that on as a topic. We're taking topics and themes that you're curious about. We're not actually doing personalized readings, although these are kind of personal because the topics and themes come from you guys. Soul contracts, Adia. Hey, Adia. Good to see you, dear. Oh, I might be confusing you with my friend Adi. I don't know. Let's do a shuffle. There we go. All right. Last call this time for topics. Why do we go through depression, strong fear, anxiety, stress, panic attacks? Tanya, yes. That almost relates to the very first topic we had about understanding fear. But we'll put that in as well. It is a different kind of question than the understanding fear one. Okay, any more topics for the wheel before I spin? Going once, going twice. Cool, let's spin and see what comes up next. I'm gonna shuffle the list. Here we go. Not caving into fear. Wow. Okay, so we've got an overarching theme so far today. A little bit about fear. Fascinating. Okay. Let's see what the council has to say about this. Not caving into fear. I gotta blow my nose. And take a drink. Pardon me. Even though we are souls and energetic beings, we still have physical needs, like drinks and blowing noses. Hello again, dear ones. Yes, not caving into fear. This is a very powerful topic. It does directly and also indirectly relate to our very first answer from today about understanding fear. So, for those who did not hear, we will give the abbreviated version of understanding fear. Fear is simply an indication that what you are thinking and focusing on in the current moment is drastically in contrast to where your higher self is focused. And so when it comes to not caving into fear, stop for a moment, dear ones, and picture yourselves in a cave. This is a dark cave. There is only minimal light around the edges of the cave. You cannot see the entrance. You cannot see the back of the cave. It is indeed a place in which you feel unsafe. Perhaps you feel lost. Perhaps you feel an incredible sense of aloneness. And you begin to hear a rumbling. You begin to hear dirt and rocks moving around you and above you in the cave. You begin to feel bits of dirt dropping from the ceiling. And you begin to suspect that you are experiencing and witnessing the beginning of a cave-in. And because you feel small, alone, unsafe, and trapped, you fear for your very life and well-being. Dear ones, drop into this visualization as best you can. We realize that it may be indeed challenging, but we wish to speak to you while you are in this place and listen to our voice from your heart. Nothing can harm you unless you agree to it. Nothing can harm who you truly are. And who are you, dear ones? You're not your body. You're not your experiences in your lifetime. You're not even your emotions or your thoughts necessarily. You are pure, perfect energy. First and foremost, you are a soul. You are indeed still that soul, which is why your higher self is always calling to you like a lighthouse, calling you to higher vibrations, higher perspectives, more loving ways of thinking and being. Nothing in this physical life experience can destroy your soul. It is truly indestructible. So if you are truly in a cave in this moment, what does it matter whether the cave-in occurs? It only matters to your mind. It only matters in terms of the significance, the meanings, and the beliefs that you have formed regarding whatever situation is feeling scary. Whatever situation has you panicking. And understand, dear ones, we respect and honor that these particular type of situations are indeed intense. The intensity of any particular emotion that you experience is also an indicator. Hear this as deeply as you can, dear ones. The emotion itself is an indicator of the direction in which you are focusing your mind. The intensity or charge of the emotion is an indicator of how important the topic that you're currently thinking about is to you. Stop for a moment and think about stubbing your toe. From a physical perspective, your singular big toe, temporarily hurt by stubbing it, does not really cause you to think that the entirety of your physical well-being is at risk, does it? Not at least in that moment. You could, of course, get into some exaggerated thinking, but in the moment that you stub your toe, you're more like, ouch, darn it, son of a gun, or whatever expletive you might exclaim. You might just bite your lip and be like, oh, there, I did it again. But in that moment, you are not fearful for the entirety of your well-being. Now, that situation, although it feels different, energetically, dynamically speaking, is no different than the experience of losing your job or having a limb fail in terms of its physical functioning. Both things are drastically more important, and you have assigned a greater significance to them because of the nature of your existence in life, your existence on planet Earth. Does it make losing your job any more important necessarily than stubbing your toe? Well, yes, it is more important to you. But when you look at the energetic dynamics of it, it is simply an event. It is simply an experience. So why do you cave into fear? Because you have assigned such a powerful significance to whatever it is that you are afraid of, that any shift or change in it becomes more of a panic, more of an anxiety than it would if you simply stubbed your toe. And yet, from an energetic dynamic perspective, it is just an experience. Many times, dear ones, you have these particular caving in or anxiety-ridden experiences because you have over-identified with your physical life experience. You have forgotten who and what you truly are. You are basically thinking patterns and beliefs that continue to support duality and separation from the all that is. You have forgotten that you cannot ever not be spirit. In fact, your physical existence is simply a reflection. It's simply your soul looking in a mirror and focusing in such a condensed and tightly focused perspective that you became physical. Your soul does not live in your body. Your body is not a vessel. Your body is a reflection of your spirit. In fact, your body lives inside your soul. Have you ever noticed how your body changes over time? Some people's don't. Some individuals you look at and you say, there's no way you're that old. You look like you're at least 10 or 20 years younger, or in some examples, 10 or 20 years older. Why are all these things witnessable? Why are they all so different? Why is one person surprised at a certain person's age and another one says, you haven't changed a bit since we met when we were in our 20s? Why, friends? It's not because of the physical. The physical is changing because the person has changed, because the perspective has changed because they've perhaps grappled with different life experiences and learned about the power of choice of their thinking. Perhaps they have come to own and claim every single experience as their own, whether they're good or bad. Truly, dear ones, there is no need to see yourself as separate. We understand that you do. We understand that society continues to offer that and reinforce that, but that could be the furthest from the truth, dear ones. And what is true about safety and security? It does not come from money. It does not come from physical well-being. It does not come from your physical health. It does not come from individuals around you. None of that can truly provide you the sense of security and safety and love that you so desperately seek at times in your life. Where does this truly come from? It comes from the energetic part of you, the part of you that is always focused on the highest and best of every single situation. It comes from you connecting with your higher self and understanding there is nothing that can harm me. Even if I die in this physical body, I will still be 100% wholly me. Nothing and no one can ever take this from you. No one can take any of the life experience that you have gone through, that you have learned from, that you have expanded from. No one can take that away from you, for the expansion and the growth have already occurred. There is no reversal. There is no regression. You can only ever expand. Some might say go forward, but we wish to stay away from the linear thinking regarding this. We like to think of things in more circular and spiral type patterns. And so expansion is where we're always moving outward. There is never any retraction. You may feel as though retraction and regression are occurring in your lives, dear ones. You may feel that when a physical malady hits you so hardly that you are scared beyond your wits. You may feel that when a loved one says a certain thing to you that hurts you at your heart. You may feel that in these moments of losing your job, of having your finances shifting, of having your home situation shift, you may feel that in this moment all is lost. But dear one, in that moment, it is simply contrast that is allowing you to an opportunity to analyze or investigate or look deeper at what you believe. And it is only because of what you believe that you are experiencing this, and you have the power to change your beliefs. We hope that this answer, though it is meaty, as some of you might call it, though it may feel intense, we hope that this answer sheds some lights, provides some ahas. We are always and ever present here to tell you and remind you that you are always safe, always secure, and deeply loved, whether you feel that way, whether you can perceive it or not. Dear ones, this is energetic fact. And if you don't believe us, that is okay as well. But we invite you, encourage you to accept what we are saying. This is energetic fact. And if it is difficult for you to accept, that's fine as well. All that means is that you are ready to investigate further what you think about this. We do not require you to agree with our perspective, for we are just one perspective in the universe, as are you. Each and every single one of you present in the room today, present in the live stream, is a unique perspective of Source. Source said, I wish to experience X. And a part of Source, you, your soul, your spirit, said, I'll sign up for that. Yes, please, indeed. That sounds exciting. I would love to see how I expand from that X experience. And then you focused your energy into a lower vibration condensement into your physical body, and boom, you were born. And here you are experiencing X from your unique X perspective. It's as simple as that, dear ones. It's as simple as that. We are really going deep today, my friends. Holy smokes. How was that one? Thank you, Johnny, for your beautiful donation and sharing of your abundance. It supports my work and bringing my work into the world. And I really, really deeply appreciate it. And I appreciate you for being here. Wow. Okay. It's okay, Ariella. We'll get there one moment or another. What are you guys saying? Jacqueline, thank you, sweetheart, for your donation as well. I really appreciate your support of my work and the council's work. It is awesome, awesome, awesome. I love when people express their love and appreciation in any way, whether it's a follow or a donation or whatever. What do we got? Oh, guys, chat is going by so quickly. I'm trying to grab it. Here we go. Muriel says, wow, this is so good. Ariel went away and came back. Carrie, the love that you put out, you receive back tenfold, and I know that for a fact. That's so true, Carrie. I love that you said that. Why do we go through... Oh, we've already done that. It's hard for... I need a bigger monitor, guys. What a beautiful explanation, Jack says. Thank you. You are welcome. You are welcome. Oh, experiencing X from X perspective. Boom! Jamila's mind got blown. Woo! Breakthrough aha moment. Very, very cool. You are welcome, Jacqueline. Thank you so much. Amazing, says Deborah. Okay, let's take a moment. Let's check our time. It's an hour and 6 minutes in. We've got about 30 minutes left before I need to transition to Blossom Violet's live stream. I love Blossom Violet. Has anyone followed Blossom Violet yet? She's a beautiful pianist. I truly believe that she channels while she plays in her live streams. It is really a beautiful, peaceful, very serene and inspiring experience. And she's just a sweetheart. I just adore her. She's got a live stream at 3 p.m. Mountain. Wow, the council is really getting into it, aren't they? How are you guys feeling so far? Some powerful stuff. Any thoughts or reflections you guys want to share? Please feel free to do so before we spin the wheel for our final topic. Tired and sore. Carrie, sounds like you've been busy. Jack's exhausted. Yeah, it's late there for you, dear. Are you exhausted by the listening to the topics, Jack? Or you're just exhausted in general? Oh. Jamila says she likes that they said we are always safe, always secure, and always loved. Yes. Post-op day 4. Carrie, I haven't talked to you in like weeks. We'll have to catch up. Hey, Ro. Soli erato. What does that mean? I have no idea what that is. Love those meaty snacks from the council, says Anna. Very cool. Yeah, they're really, really good. This has been powerful. We've covered understanding fear, karma, caving into fear. That one, my God, whose was that? Caving into fear. Whose topic was that? Ro, you might have been talking light language there for a moment. Solirato. Jack says, these lives touch me so deeply, I'm physically and mentally tired. It takes me a while to take it all in. It does, my dear. And friends, the council's not just speaking to us. Try to remember that. They're also transmitting energetically. So you may not hear the words properly. You may not hear the words easily. It may not make sense to your mind. Just drop into your heart, relax, and allow your body and your mind to catch up. We can expand energetically much faster than we can physically, mentally, and emotionally. So just always have compassion for that process, right? You can grasp something deep in your heart and it just won't make sense to your mind. The mind and the body need time to catch up quite often, especially when it's a huge aha. So give yourself space, love, and compassion and patience for that. Muriel said, expansion through ownership of every experience. I like that. I do too. That's a really powerful concept. Are you claiming ownership of everything you experience. If you're not, you are likely pushing it away or insisting it be different. Either form of that equals resistance. When we really begin to claim and own, this is my experience. My friends, if it weren't meant to happen, it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't be happening. So claiming ownership of that experience that actually is happening, that has isness, that exists, is the path of least resistance. Soli erato. I know, I was there. All right, let us do one more topic. You guys have been fantastic. You have offered amazing topics. Many of them are very deep. For future lives, please feel free to ask any topic. It doesn't have to be one that weighs heavy on you. It could just be something curious, like, why do I like certain foods over others and other people don't like it? I mean, who knows? It could be silly, it could be fun, it could be deep, it could be intense. It doesn't matter. That's all good. We have full allowance for any theme or topic. Rose says, who knows? I found that message comforting and hugely liberating. It makes so much more sense than I experienced life as limited, restricted beings. Yes, I love that. All right, what's this topic? Feeling stuck when change is inevitable. Okay, whose topic was this? Whose topic was the caving into fear? Did anybody say? I don't know why I'm so curious about that. Oh, Tanya's, that was yours. Tanya, how are you feeling, dear, after that? Hannah, this is yours? Ooh, good. What was our topic? Feeling stuck when change is inevitable. This is a good one, I can feel it. Okay, Ariel, we'll see you next time. Please make sure to follow if you haven't followed yet. Awesome. And I'll put up the follower screen again. I don't know if this card is updating quickly, but we're at 999. 999 followers. So freaking cool. I just love repeating numbers. I'd be happy to stay there. No, I mean, let's expand it, right? But I'm happy to celebrate 999 as much as 1,000. So it's super, super cool. All right, let's see about feeling stuck when change is inevitable. Put the wheel away for now, since I think this will be the last one. Dear guides and council 7, please hold me up to receive a message regarding feelings stuck when change. So that may be able to you. Dear ones, this is a wonderful topic. We thank the individual for asking it. Thank you, dear Hannah, for asking this question. Feeling stuck when change is inevitable. Well, dear ones, think about what we have been saying all afternoon to you. To simplify everything that we have been speaking about, we will boil it down to one simple sentence. Everything comes down to perspective. Whenever you are feeling stuck indeed is not an actual emotion. Because what you are saying when you say, I feel stuck, you are saying, I feel like I am stuck. One of the most powerful lessons in terms of understanding emotions that Greg ever experienced back when he began his spiritual journey over 35 years ago was understanding that any time somebody said, how are you feeling? And he used like, as if, or any other phraseology that created a comparison between one thing and another, he realized that was not what he was feeling, but what he was thinking. Anytime you make a comparison, it is a function of the mind. So when you say, I feel stuck, what you are doing is an immediate indication that you are thinking one thing and comparing it to another. Indeed, it may feel sticky, we honor that, but this one particular phrase is very, very potent and a very strong indicator. It is different than some of the other indicators. The emotional indicator of fear, for example, is that you are thinking about something in a way that your higher self is not thinking about in that way. They're focused on the same thing, but it has a completely different perspective. Now, here is where individuals on your planet get quote unquote stuck. They do not realize how malleable and flexible perspectives are. They do not realize that when they are comparing where they're at with where they want to go, they are creating their own resistance. For it is the mind that is trying to dictate specifics of where they're trying to go. And when the mind does this, it takes you and your awareness out of the moment. It takes you out of your isness. This is something that happens to Greg quite commonly. Indeed, you may not actually have gotten to witness it before, but those of you who are regulars with him over the last few years, you have seen moments of when he is in his distraughtness, when he is feeling sad or whatnot, or really struggling. This quite often for him occurs when he thinks something should be different than it is. There is a certain insistence, and that creates a resistance. Or when he's scared about something that he really wants, this creates a sluggishness. This creates a resistance to taking action. This creates a sense of impatience sometimes. These are all common experiences, dear ones. They're all common human experiences, and it does not mean that something has gone wrong. If you are indeed feeling stuck, it does not mean that you are doing something wrong. It does not mean that you are wrong. It does not mean that you are bad. It does not mean that you are messed up or screwed up in any way. It simply is just an indicator. And if it has a very deep, powerful feeling, we remind you of what we said about emotions that have a deep charge are a response letting you an indicating response of how important that topic is to you. Change indeed is inevitable. But what you don't realize, dear ones, is that you are changing every single second. They may be tiny, minute, microcosmic changes, but you are indeed changing and shifting your perspective and your reality every single second, billions and billions of times a second, according to our dear friend Bashar. If you are truly changing this much, why not go with the flow? What significance, what meaning have you assigned to a specific kind of unfolding that is causing you to, quote unquote, feel stuck? Greg recently had a very powerful aha. He was exploring and researching videos on the tube of you, as you like to call it, in which he was trying to learn more about what it means to be a human design projector. And he found a particular person whose videos resonated deeply with him, and she said something that was incredibly powerful. For those of you who know about human design and projectors, their strategy in life is to wait for the invitation, to wait for recognition of their gifts and who they are. This is not always easy to wait. What she said sparked Greg's thinking. She said she doesn't like to think of it in terms of waiting. She likes to think about it in terms of preparing for the invitation, placing herself in a state of readiness for the invitation. And she said one of the most important things that projectors can do, instead of waiting for the recognition, is to recognize themselves. He had this moment where he suddenly recognized a certain aspect of him. We spoke to him at length at this moment, and we shared with him that he has everything he needs. He knows everything he needs to know in the moment. He has had all the life experience that he needs to have had up until this very moment. He has all the spiritual and universal support that he needs. He's the only one who's waiting. Indeed, we told him, we're not waiting for you, even though your people are not waiting. They're ready. They're ready to meet you. They're ready to hear from you. You are the only one who's waiting. That is what we said to him. And it sort of blew his socks off, because he has indeed been waiting. And dear ones, there is nothing wrong with waiting. There is nothing wrong with inaction. There is nothing wrong with relaxing. There is nothing wrong with taking action. There's absolutely no single decision or experience. There's nothing wrong with any of it. It is you in the moment or over time that has created a significance around it, created a belief. I am a bad person if I don't take action. I am not well if I do not live up to the standards that others have set for me. Whatever the belief is, dear ones, it does not have to be one that you claim and own. The stuckness that you experience is really just self-judgment. And sometimes, quite often in fact, the smallest little act of self-care will begin to give you the freedom and shift the feeling that you were experiencing. We will give you another example from Greg's life. He has several t-shirts that he absolutely abhors. He does not like how he feels in them or how he looks in them. He's had these since last summer. And so for 10 to 11 months or so, he will put them on and he will wiggle and squirm in them, feeling uncomfortable. He'll look at them in the mirror, and he'll think to himself, "Ugh, God, I hate this shirt." And about 2 months ago, while having one of these particular experiences regarding one of these t-shirts, he thought, wait, I do like my other t-shirts. I should just go buy more of those. They feel great. I feel great when I put them on. I think I look good in them. I should just go buy more of those. But what did he do? He did nothing. 4 months. Now, from our perspective, dear ones, we have no judgment over that. This was how it was supposed to unfold for him. However, this has a good ending, if you will, to this story. Last weekend, he decided, you know what? I don't know why I'm waiting. I have the money. I have the time. I have the wherewithal. I even know which store and which style of shirt I want. I just really need to go look for it and buy them. And he realized it was that simple. That he just needed to go and buy them. Well, indeed, that shopping trip turned into a wonderful excursion and outing for him. While he was there, he realized, I bet this store has cloth napkins that I will like better than the ones that I bought 2 months ago that I also hate those. I bet this store has a fluffy plush towel that I will enjoy the absorbency of and the size of much more than the towel that I'm currently using. Oh, and I bet while I'm out, I can find a delicious, beautiful restaurant that I've never been to before and experience some food and a place and location here in town that I've never experienced before. And indeed, all of that unfolded for him, and he had a beautiful time out, and he came home feeling fulfilled, feeling a sense of accomplishment, feeling a sense of success, because he had taken that one small action and he had realized, why in God's name am I waiting for this? Well, he did this from a place of non-judgment. He spent several months judging himself. But when he finally took action, it wasn't because he'd been judging himself, it's because he accepted finally that he really deserved and wanted the new t-shirts. He finally accepted that it just didn't make sense to continue to put on the shirts that he hated. So we offer this as an example to you, dear ones, of how quickly and easily you can make a shift, but how we wish to invite and encourage you to not judge or beat up on yourselves while you are in the process of this unfolding. Acknowledge the presence of what you're thinking about it. Acknowledge the presence of how you are feeling about it. Acknowledge that you will be ready when you are ready. And also, dear ones, acknowledge and understand there is never any hurry. It is only your mind that is trying to rush you along, because your mind thinks X, Y, and Z should be X, Y, and Z. And if it's not X, Y, and Z, then nothing will be right and nothing will be good and I will be unwell. Ignore that, dear ones. Just dismiss it. Your mind is clamoring for physical security and safety, but your heart knows that when you connect with your higher self, as we have already stated earlier today, you are safe, secure, and always loved. Your heart knows this. Live from your heart space, dear ones, not from your thinking. Do not attempt to solve your life with your thinking, for that will only bring you more pain. Accept what occurs in the moment, allow it to be exactly as it is, and do your best to embrace it and possibly even become friends with it. And then when you do so, you will find that your decision making, that your flow from day in and day out will be easier, more effortless, less painful, more joyful. You did not come here to have a difficult time, dear ones. You came here to experience contrast. Indeed, you did. But you came here overjoyed with the possibility of your own expansion. Overjoyed, friends. You came here excitedly. That is your birthright. So we will leave you with these for now. We have covered beautiful topics today. We thank you dearly for them. They're very deep. They're very intense. Allow yourselves some time tonight. Do not overthink about anything that we've talked about. Allow it to rumble around gently in your heart space. For that is where the knowingness of what we are speaking to you about must live for you to truly embrace it. Your mind will never be able to fully grasp everything that we say. It may be able to partially grasp, but your heart knows, because your heart is eternal. Your heart is indeed the seat of your soul, and it is the portal through which you connect with all that is energetic and spiritual, the way in which you connect with us and all of your other guides. And so we will leave you at this time. We celebrate each and every single stubbed toe that you experience, every single moment of stuckness, every single moment of joy and sense of fulfillment. For us, it is all a celebration, because for us, we acknowledge and we understand the importance of every experience and its contribution to your own expansion. And every time you expand and shift and grow and change, dear ones, we do too, as does the universe. And so there is a higher purpose at play here. And that is truly what we are celebrating. We are celebrating your role in the expansion of all that is. And so we thank you for being here today. We thank you for your attendance, for your presence, for your hearts, for your love for each other, for the way that you hold space for each other's experiences and your own. And we'll leave you for now. And remember, you are always safe, secure, and deeply loved. Wow. Ooh, I'm getting quicker at coming in and out. Carrie, oh, Carrie had to go? Okay, much love to her. Jojo says, yep, a closet full of clothes with nothing to wear. Know the feeling. Yeah, it's really, really interesting. Wow, you guys were busy too. That's cool. I'm just trying to scroll back, guys. Give me a moment here. We're going to have to go soon so that we can go to Blossom's Violet. Or Blossom Violet's live. Hope I get to 10,000. Thank you, Ariella. That's really sweet of you. Carrie says, my emotions are getting crazy at the moment, but that's understandable considering what I just went through. Yeah, Carrie's been going through a lot of stuff. Oh, let's see what else everybody's saying. Tanya, if you get a chance to listen to Greg's replay of Coffee with Counsel. Yes, very, very good. You can check my profile for any links that are outside of Insight Timer. Yeah. Yes, Jack, you love the journeys, do you? I don't do therapy, but I do privates. Private reading sessions. Oh, you guys are having a chat. Okay. I'm catching up with all the chat while I was channeling. You're welcome, Jack. Thank you. It was a beautiful session, and thank you to the council as well. Jacqueline, thank you for your hearts. Johnny says, thank you, Greg and council. That was a wonderful and powerful session. My brain is frazzled in a good... Yeah, mine is too, I think. I'm going to enjoy listening, just quietly listening to Blossom's beautiful music. Jacqueline says, such wonderful, wonderful, powerful stuff. Amelia, thank you. This was so helpful and uplifting, as always. I'm so glad, Amelia. It's so good to see you guys. I'm always happy to meet with you. It's just been a joy. You're welcome, Jacqueline. Joanne, so good to see you too. Yes, just spectacular. So we'll be doing more of these snack sessions, spiritual snacks. We'll be back. I didn't intend to make that rhyme, but it's a fun rhyme. Right now, I'm trying to figure out the balance of my energy, but I think that we'll keep it on a Friday, my Friday. If you live in the future, like in Australia or New Zealand, it would be your Saturday morning. But I'll probably keep it on Fridays, and we'll do at least once a month. I'd like to try to see if I can do twice a month. That would feel like a really good balance. But I have 3 off-app events that I'm planning, and I haven't quite figured out. Those are monthly events. I haven't quite figured out how to balance those. So just keep an eye out. If you have not followed yet, I'll put that card up. For that, 1 more follower for 1,000 would be so much fun. But yeah, keep an eye on your notifications for when the next live for the next Spiritual Snacks goes live. I would imagine that I will target early July at this point. So in a couple weeks, probably something like that. You're welcome, Ro. Thank you. I appreciate your acknowledgement of my sharing. Jack says, Joanne, I tried white clover tea today. It was delicious. Oh, Jacqueline says, we'll take anything, anytime that you are able to give us. Thank you, Jacqueline. Joanne is going to do tea readings on lives. That's so cool. Everybody, Joanne, dear friend of mine. She's also a fellow teacher. Please do consider following her as well. And I will leave you as you are as now, friends. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your presence today. Thank you to everybody who donated. Thank you to all the new firsties for being here. We love you. Please come back. I look forward to seeing you guys again really, really soon. And do have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Yeah, and we'll be in touch. Bye. Have a good one.